Hey, so you might remember this iPod from a previous video of mine, and I've mentioned it in a lot of my other videos. And during the time I haven't filmed um, stuff with this iPod, there's been quite some changes that I described in my previous video, and I'm going to show them to you hands-on in this one. So I have already opened my iPod and disconnected the no, I haven't. So I'm just gonna disconnect it now. I usually try to open it with this tool, but it's better to open it with this screwdriver in my opinion, because the hole is like really tiny. So you're really gotta, get in there real careful. There you go. Just open it up. And this is the compact flash to CF adapter that I have put in my iPod, because I replaced the original hard drive, which is this one right here. I replaced it because of multiple reasons, including the fact that this one is a mechanical hard drive, which it means it physically spins in there, and it can be quite vulnerable to damaging itself when I drop it, or it's quite slow. It can, and with time it can break, because there's a physical spinning disc in there, and the mechanical parts, which are very easily breakable. So I have replaced it, and I have also replaced the screen with a new one, because the old one had some broken had the part that are supposed to attach to the rest of the iPod were pretty much broken. I mean, look at this. Because if this, and it was quite dirty as well. Well, I cleaned it, but it was far dirtier than this, and it had a ton of scratches. So yeah, and that's what I've done so far, and I am planning on and I'm probably gonna change the back housing, because it's also pretty scratched. Well, they all get scratched, but I don't know, and it's pretty dirty. There are some scuffs and marks that I can't get off. Like, I have to take apart everything in there to get this old glue from some kind of duct tape that was in here. I also replaced the headphone jack, because it caused issues, and it started playing only from one headphone, only from the right headphone instead of the left one as well. So that's why I replaced it too. And I have a spare battery, but this one is good, and I'm not gonna replace it yet, so it's good for now. And yeah, these are basically all the changes that I have done to my iPod since I haven't really, made a video about it. And yeah, I recommend using the parts I have used. The card the compact memory flash card that I have used in here is a pretty basic one. I found it on eBay for like $5 or something like that, and the adapter is also $5, so it's pretty cheap. The battery and the screen were the most expensive one. The screen was like $10, and the battery was like $8 or something like that. They're all pretty not very expensive, but not very cheap as well. But compared to other things that might need repairing, this is really cheap and very easy as well. The iPod is really easy to open. It just opens with a knife. You can use a butter knife or something like that to open it. And I'm even gonna show you right now how to open it. Just hold on, let me close it. When you hear clicks like this is a good sign. It means that everything shuts together correctly. Now let me show you how to open it. You can just use a butter knife or something like that. I recommend you using a butter knife because it's always the easiest and fastest to open like that. So you just, you kind of get in there, make kind of like a cutting line, and you kind of you should watch out and see where like these plastic white things are. Most commonly, yeah, and it's on the 5th generation. The place you should start cutting is right here. You should keep that in mind. So here you go. And also don't forget to open it here, and before opening it directly, do not forget this right here. If this breaks, your iPod is dead. You have to replace the battery, because this is the ribbon cable for the battery. You do not want to break that, because either you're gonna have to replace the battery. And as I have already said, I recommend using this screwdriver, which has probably come with one of the replacement parts, or just some random flathead screwdriver, and you just open it like that, and it comes loose and it opens. So that's how that's what I've done so far, to my iPod. I have done all these upgrades to my iPod because, first of all, it's easy, second of all, it's cheap, and third, I thought it was necessary because mostly for the mechanical hard drive. The screen repair was, my personal preference, because it was pretty scratched, and when I installed the memory card in the adapter, it was, rattling around, in the screen was kind of, moving up and down, because the parts of the screen that are attaching to the metal body are, kind of broken, and they're not not attaching themselves very well, and they were kind of jiggling around. So yeah, that's why I replaced it. And because this one is brand new, it has no scratches on the screen. Well, they kind of scratched it because I haven't replaced this soon. I mean, yeah. And that's it. Those are all the upgrades and repairs I have done to my iPod. And this is my personally made kind of like a toolbox with instruments and such. These are all the instruments that came with the screen protector, and not the screen the protector, but that came with the headphone jack and the replacement battery that I also have, which is in this white box right here. So yeah, and this is some extra foam that I got off of one of I had a old laptop laying around, and there was some foam left over from the hard drive. It was pretty dead, so I took it from the laptop and I cut it up in little pieces. And as you already saw in what I was inside the iPod, I had duct taped some on the back so it doesn't rattle around in there. It's all, as you can see, pretty solid. Doesn't make any sounds, any significant sounds. And yeah, those are all the upgrades I have made to my iPod. And I recommend, if you're a fan of listening to high quality music, I'm serious though, this iPod has some really high quality audio. I'm not kidding. I ordered the wrong headphone jack. I ordered one for the 6th generation or 7th generation, not for the 5th generation. I don't know. I ordered I thought I ordered for the 5th generation. I ordered the wrong one, but it still works for some reason, and it sounds really good. The hold switch also works, and it's all good. So yeah, if you like music and like listening to music on a portable player, I recommend the iPod 5th or 5.5 generation, which is the 80 gigabyte version of the 5th generation. So yeah, that's all, and yeah, thank you for watching.